of horrible games that you find a way to win. I'll have to go back and look at them all. It's a pretty special ending, though.
Are you aware who you're beating at the goal line, or is that just a teal jersey you're seeing?
Say it again.
Are you aware who you're beating at the goal line, or are you just seeing a teal jersey?
Yeah, I don't even see that. You see the goal line. Truthfully, I don't know what option I am on that, but it's way down the list. They took away the other ones, and it's kind of one of those things where it just the competitiveness, the end zones, it seems like it's right there. You have a timeout. Obviously, that helps, so you can kind of take a gamble or a chance, and then when you see it, you just find a way to stretch it out.
What did you see?
The end zone, the goal line. No, like I said, I wasn't one of the first 4 options, so it almost looked like they knew what was coming. They took a lot of our first couple options away, and so it appeared that it opened up, and I gave Matt Anchor a hard time there because he hit me pretty hard trying to jump over me at the end, so it was kind of fun to tease him on that play.
Ben, is there a particular play, maybe the bomb to AB, that got your day turned around?
Oh, I don't even know if that did anything. That was a big play, give us a score, but even after that, we never really, got it going after that. It's not like we just went on a tear and started connecting. I think one of the bigger plays that just kind of sticks in my head right now was Juju on the sideline, a back shoulder fade. I mean, huge play. I tip my cap to him because we moved him around and put him in spots to win today, and he won for us. And so I told him that. I said, you were, I always give my line the credit. They're the ones that make it go for us. But I think Juju was kind of the hero today.
Ben, you alluded to this not being one of your best performances. What do you draw on personally to will yourself and will this team back?
Not letting my guys down. That's the thing that I think bothers me the most. I don't get mad at myself when I throw interceptions because of the stats or anything like that. I get mad at myself because I feel like I let my guys down. They had a linebacker, number 50. We'll just use numbers so we don't say any names, that wanted to let me know every time I threw an interception. He found me and told me how many interceptions I threw. It's a little motivation, too. I had to win the game.
Ben, you got part of a lot of comebacks, but down 16-0 late in the third quarter score. I mean, against this defense, how special is this comeback for you?
Yeah, it's huge. This is a good defense. Really good football team. Give them a lot of credit. We just never quit, and that's what's kind of special about this group is we're going to fight to the end, and we literally fought to the end. I got to give a lot of credit to the man upstairs and our defense. They were awesome today.
When you said you're moving Juju around, you're trying to get him away from somebody?
No, honestly, obviously we know that when we go 3 wides, he's kind of our slot receiver. And it just felt like when we were looking at the pictures and seeing what they were doing, the farthest guy on the trips was the guy that was open the most. And that's just because of the coverage they were playing, not because anything of who they were matched up on. So I said, listen, let's get Juju in the position to win. Like, let's get him outside, away from all the traffic inside. And that's what he did. And I think that big play I was talking about, that back shoulder, I think that was on Ramsey. I think I could be completely wrong, but I know he caught some big plays today. And, moving around, getting in the right spot, he's a special football player.
Did you get a chance to speak with Ramsey after the game at all?
I didn't. I saw Blake and Barry and got off the field.
On the touchdown throw to Antonio, the long one.
Yeah.
He's not the first option there?
He's yeah, no, he's not.
It almost looked like you were throwing the ball to Washington.
No, it was AB. Everything I was looking right because I called a play. It was a no-huddle play. I called a play that was trying to get Vance work in the middle, and AB and the backside guys were supposed to stay on their side of the, not run a curl on a flat. And when I looked at Vance and they kind of doubled him, I just saw AB going to the middle of the field. Not really sure why, but he did it and it worked. So good for us.
Did he have signal there, you think, or did they blow his own?
No, I think it was like a man type coverage, and I think AB did one of these routes and got open.
Ben, did you start counting possessions there at the end, and how big were those defensive stops for you to get?
Well, all day the defense made stops, holding them to 3 points over and over. And yeah, you get the first score. Obviously, we failed on the 2-point conversion. It was open, got batted down. That would have been huge for us. But you start thinking, okay, well, let's find a way. And then once you get to 3, you you got a field goal to tie, but let's go for the win.
Would have you gone for the win there if they overturned your touchdown?
That's over my my pay grade, but I would have asked for it. Yeah.
Against a defense that's they make their feelings known. How did it feel for you to get the last laugh in this case?
Well, they're a really good defense. Like I said, they like to talk a lot before the game, during the game, but I'm carrying the game ball home.
And it looked like Ramsey was falling 80 early, may have switched off a little bit. Was that because maybe they wanted? Did you see that on tape coming in? And possibly they want to get Ramsey over to Juju.
Yeah, we've seen a little bit of both. We've seen him travel with their receiver. We've seen him stay. You're right. We did see him travel early, and then they started just staying, and then in crunch time they started putting him over there too. So just something that they must have decided to do.
Can you say anything to James after that draw?
Connor?
Yeah.
I did. You want to know what I said?
Yeah.
I told him thanks for dropping it because it gave me a touchdown. And gave him a smile and a laugh, and he, didn't know how to take that. And I said, no, I'm serious. And then he kind of smiled and laughed. So I think it was, James is one of those special football players that he can't get down on himself. This will be an awesome test to see how he bounces back, and I think he'll be just fine.
Switzer?
I'm sorry?
Were you going to Switzer when he got his head?
Yes, yeah, he won. He was going to win. I think that's why he got grabbed, because the defender knew. It's kind of one of those ones when you know you get beat, you take the penalty to avoid the touchdown. But yeah, I saw it the whole way. He was running in, he got grabbed, and that's the reason the guy made the play.
Two more for Ben. Two more. This team at some point.
We just needed a win. Period. It had nothing to do with the opponent. Honestly, they beat us twice last year. We wanted to come get this win because we wanted to win the football game.
Last one for Ben.
What does it do? Does winning a game like this do anything for you guys down the stretch?
I hope so. We can. Let's ask that again in a few weeks. If we need it. But I think what it did is it shows our resilience, our toughness, our never quit attitude, to fight no matter what. I mean, this is one of those games. Our offense we look terrible, and that's on me. I'm the quarterback, so it's my fault that we look so bad. Our defense stepped up huge for us, but it's like I kept hearing from the defensive guys on the last drive, the last couple of series, like, all right, Ben, you got this. This is what they never stop believing in us, and so we believe in them. Like I said, we thank them for the way they played, and so I hope that if we get in a situation again towards the end of the season where one of us isn't playing well, we can show that, hey, remember that game in Jacksonville when it didn't look good till the last 8 seconds, but we found a way. So hopefully we can use this.
All right.
Thanks everybody.
Connor to his left. He gets the snap. He looks. He pumps. He waits. He surveys. Throws for the end zone. A leaping effort in the end zone, and that is a touchdown. That is Vance McDonald in the end zone, pulling it in for a score from 11 yards out. He beat Telvin Smith with a leaping effort.
Oh, man, and Telvin Smith was right there, had his hand in between Vance's hands, but that shows you how strong Vance is. He pulls it down, and Telvin Smith is no shrinking violet either. But he did a nice job on that, but Vance did a great job on it.
Vance McDonald pulling his pass in the end zone, his third touchdown catch of the year. And Ben, after 3 interceptions, has finally found a rhythm, but the clock is an enemy at 2:28 with the extra point team on the field.
So now you're going to get, if you make this, you're within
35. Ben empty again. He's back. Pumps. He waits. He wants to go long. Nothing there. And he finally goes long, and there's a man wide open. And that is Antonio. He's got it. 25-20. Marker down. 15-10. Cuts inside for the Steelers touchdown.
What a play. Antonio's running that deep post, and Ben just launches it to the far hash. So the corner, Jalen Ramsey's not going to be able to make a play on that. And AB runs under it. Great throw, great catch. I hope the flag's not against the Steelers.
It appears to be against Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Barry Church might have had some habeas corpus way down the field.
Yeah.
Pass interference, number 42, defense. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a touchdown.
Antonio Brown, a 78-yard touchdown pass. That's his longest of the year. That's his 11th of the year. And the Steelers are back in the game.
Wow, look at that throw. He just runs under it. That just shows you that AB just has that great speed, and Jalen Ramsey, who's been playing great all afternoon long, gets beat. Now
pretty wide open when the ball came down.
That's right. Yeah. Well, he threw it on the far. He threw it to the far post.
Ben gets the snap, rolls right. He looks, he runs, he dives. He's in.
He's in.
He's in. He's got a touchdown. Ben has a touchdown, rolling right. What a play call at the goal line.
Billy, it was set up to be a shuffle pass to Vance McDonald. Vance was covered. Ben does a great job of tucking it and running it and getting it to the end zone.
Was a touchdown, and that play is under further review.
Yeah, he's in. He is in.
Well, worst case scenario, with 3 seconds left, you get another crack.
You know, Matt Filer was in the way and almost stopped him.
This is really close because Ben's knee was down, but I think the ball was there.
Remember,
I think at least the nose was on the chalk.
And remember, it's the first. It's the front of the chalk that counts.
Breaking the plane to the goal line. And this is an important review for Billy Smith in the press box, for Walt Anderson on the field, and for the eye in the sky back in New York City. Do the Steelers leapfrog here and take the lead with 3 seconds left after a lethargic first half?
Right there, touchdown.
Oh, I think he's in.
The knee's not on the ground. It's not on the ground. The ball's over. There it is. There it is. It's a touchdown.
Ben's third rushing touchdown, if it stands. Probably his most important, maybe, of his career. Because the Steelers are going to snatch something here that was in the fire.
It's definitely the most important of the day.
Wow.
What a finish to this game. What a finish.
That's just amazing.
Yeah.
And the look on Miles Jack's face when he was laying on his back thinking, I could have unloaded on him, but I was waiting for the pitch. And yet he came up with the tackle, but it was far too late as Ben ran him over and sailed over the top.
Yeah, well, you know, that's what's great about the option.
Right.
You know, you can't put, you got if you play it honest, you can't get the oomph behind the tackle.
Exactly.
After reviewing the play, the ruling of a touchdown is confirmed.
Listen to the Steeler Nation. Touchdown, Ben.
Please put the 5 seconds on the game clock. 0-5 on the game clock, please.
That was a great play. Great play. Vance McDonald did a great job of sucking all the defenders in, and then Ben does a great job of keeping it.
That was pure Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he decided that the shovel pass wasn't there, he goes, well, it's up to me.
This was a game that it looks like the defense had this game won up until the last 5 minutes when Ben had the ball.
Well, I mean, none of that would have mattered if Ben didn't score at the end, you know, so credit to the offense for being able to pull that off.
Talk about what Ben was able to do those last 5 minutes. I mean, it was like a completely different offense.
It's not a completely different offense. You know, we trust in those guys. They make plays. We just expect them to do that, and that's what they did.
What adjustments were made? There had to have been some after the first quarter, after the half.
We just had to go out there and play together like we know we can.
The Jaguars' offense become predictable at all in the second half?
Man, you know, they like to run the ball. They just kept running the ball. We knew what the job was. We just had to step up and do it.
Every time something bad happened, I just thought we just kept battling back. We were able to get the W.
Kim, what you were able to do on defense today, how much did that help the offense when it was struggling at times, just to find its groove there?
Yeah, there were a couple times we were at like the 45-50, and if they pick up any more yards, they can get field goals. And early on, we kept at the field goals, and that's huge for us. We talked all this time because last year we were giving up 7s, and it just kept avalanching. But we kept just giving up 3. We gave up the 1 touchdown, but that battle for a field position at the end was huge, and we started getting sacks. And we knew if we got in advantageous situations where we were able to rush, we could win the game.
Ramon, what changed the last 5 minutes with this offense?
I don't know if anything changed. We just happened to make our plays more than anything. There was a lot of poise on us, on our sideline. We knew we had a shot. All everybody kept saying was, we got time, we got time, we got timeouts. And everybody capitalized on it. Nobody blinked.
It seemed like you had that time because of what the defense was able to do. How much, when they play like that, how much confidence did you guys get being able to come back at any point?
They were amazing, to be completely honest with you. They were a team today that
saved us, if I can be completely honest with you. That team could have easily went up 21-0 on us, and they kept them at field goals. So that's huge on that part. I congratulate every single one of them I saw.
Man, we got to put ourselves in better situations on third down, make better plays, smarter plays, decisions with the football. I mean, it wasn't just Ben, it was everyone. I mean, it's our route running, guys, maybe not necessarily running the routes to win and just have that dominant, that kind of dominant, defensive mindset out there on the field. And I'll tell you what, though, I've been here for a year and a half, and it's crazy how we just pull out games. And, I've talked about it with two people already, just like a little division early on in the game, but at the same time, when it comes down to the wire, no one's pointing the finger and no one's freaking out. And it's just a testament to Seven in the backfield, the guys, and the trust just comes from there. Just stems down.
Talk about the touchdown catch.
Yeah, man, it's one of those things knowing that Ben's back there, and you really, as good as our line is, you have time to scramble and make plays, and just catch them in a simple zone. And it's one of those things about who wants it the most. It's something we practice too. Just whenever the play and the read isn't there the first time, guys, just trying to find an open spot in the end zone, and that's what happened.
Juju, why the sluggish start, you think?
Man, I can't even tell you, man. Like, it was just so, everyone was on a different page. We weren't on our details, and, we started off slow. And, games like this, you can't come in and start off slow because you see what happens.
Can you talk a little bit about what this team's able to do the last 6 games, 6 straight for you guys, and you're just finding the ways to win games?
Man, never give up until that last whistle's blow. And, man, like I said, man, it's unbelievable. You talk about adversity, this is probably the most I've ever experienced it. And, we went out there and put our heart out to the last second.
We just couldn't fighting to the end. We always believed, no one gave up, and hard fought the end to the finish.
The slow start, what happened today, you think, for you guys?
Well, it's not how about you start, it's how about you finish. And I think we finished really well today.
How did you get so open on that touchdown, the 78-yarder?
I got to go back. It's a long day. I kind of don't remember.
You don't remember the 78-yard touchdown you had?
No, I don't.
You and Jalen and you guys had a little battle out there. I mean, was there a lot of talk, and what was that like playing up against a guy like him today?
Well, he's a high competitor. He's not he's the best for a reason. He loved the challenge. He embraced the challenge. And anytime you're going against a competitor like that, you're going to get a battle.
You take us through the huddle for that winning touchdown, Ben's.
Ben, Hall of Fame quarterback, don't show no sign of slowing up. No panic in him, and you show him put his head down and make a play.
Shotgun with Yeldon to his left. He wants to throw it. Pocket collapses, and down he goes. Javon Hargrave back inside the 15, near the 12.
Wow, that was great. That's the way you collapse the pocket. And Javon does a great job of swimming over the top of Reed.
Charge timeout, Pittsburgh. 30-second timeout.
Yeah, Chris Reed's the backup guard.
1:32 on the game clock. 1:32.
Javon does a nice job giving him a little shake and then bake and then swim.
Jacksonville's only had the ball 9 seconds here with 1:32 left, and they're back at their 12 with a 3rd down and 18. So if you're an offensive coordinator, what do you do here? Wrap around draw?
The obligatory
12 from his 24. Shotgun snap. He's back. Pocket collapses. He's hit, and the ball is out. T.J. Watt hit him.
No, it was Bud Dupree.
Bud Dupree hit him.
Yeah, or maybe it was T.J. Watt. I thought it was definitely on Eric Flowers.
Our spotter, Jack William Hillgrove, insists that T.J. Watt got the first hit. So.
Yeah, it was. T.J. knocked it out. T.J. got the ball, and Bud got the man.
Well, give Bud Dupree credit for his 4th sack of the season, and now the field has tilted in favor of the Steelers. Line of scrimmage to 12. 4th and 24. Have converted 3. Bortles in trouble. Bortles is down. He's down at the 25-yard line. A great job by Javon Hargrave to get the sack, and for Javon on the season, he now has 4.
Great job. First of all, the pocket collapse from the outside, T.J. Watt and Anthony Chickalo did a nice job of coming in. And when Bortles had to step up, he stepped right up into Javon Hargrave.
Lambeau's 2 for 2 today.
All right, thanks so much, guys. I was just asking Joe if your adrenaline was still pumping, and how do you get through a game like that, especially when you guys do what you need to do at the end with the defense and then giving the ball to Seven?
I couldn't feel in a better situation or giving the ball to Ben. We had so much trust in him and in the coaching staff with AB and James and Juju on that side. We know that they work on all these situations, 2-minute drills, trying to get down there and score with a certain amount of timeout. So we had all the faith and trust in them that they'll be able to go down there and score.
The defense need to just settle down a little bit. What was going on, especially in the first half when Jacksonville was able to run the ball so well?
They're a really good running team. Sometimes they had the line was moving us out of the way. Sometimes getting a little out of our gaps. But we settled down and was able to maintain it. Cam, everybody was able to and stop them from doing that. So they started off fast, and then when we knew we had to get the stops, we ended up tightening up and getting them.
Was there anything you guys changed at halftime coming up for the second half?
No, not really, man. We just told them we just got to make sure we can stop that run. The one thing we knew that they were a running team, but we didn't want Blake Bortles to start running play actions and all that stuff. So we just kept blitzing them, and we knew sometimes we could hit a little bit on the run, but we're gonna make them a one scenario team.
Not having Stephon Tuitt, did that play into anything today? I know you guys had Javon Hargrave and Tyson Alualu, who have filled in and who rotate a lot too.
Yeah, no, they're really good players, and at the same time, you always miss Tuitt. He's one of the best on defense. He holds it down for us, but those guys did a really good job. It's just Jacksonville's a really good running team. Leonard Fournette is a great running back. So we were bend but don't break. We tried to make sure we kept him out of the end zone, making them kick field goals instead of scoring touchdowns.
Feel good to leave this building with a win, knowing that you're stacking wins and getting closer to where you guys want to be?
Oh, no, for sure. I think it's 6 in a row. We're really, really excited about it. Everybody's hyped. It didn't go always the way that we wanted, but at the end of the day, Coach Tomlin, when we get that W, we can go study the tape and see what we got to fix. But it's always a good feeling leaving the stadium with a win.
All right, Joe, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, tell Hoagie, just take a deep breath. You guys can go back to arguing, but we do have Jay Wobble, Javon Hargrave with us here now. And how did you guys get to finally settle down on defense and do what you wanted to do, and that is getting after the quarterback, which you were doing well today?
We knew we had to stop the run, for one, and just step up and play aggressive. In the second half, it was a little different story. I think everybody came to play, and everybody was willing to help.
You guys knew what kind of team they were in terms of what you saw last year running the ball and Leonard Fournette. So how did you guys maybe change anything, or did you not change anything at halftime?
No, we really didn't change anything. I think everybody just came to play. We've been in this situation before last year, the first game we played them. So we just didn't want to come out and get the same result in the second half.
How hard was it when he was gashing you guys, especially with some of those big runs, even mixing in Carlos Hyde and TJ Yeldon, for you guys to stay focused and to know that eventually you get to your end goal?
It was tough. Things weren't going our way in that first half, so we just came together as a defense, kept believing, and I think we got the job done in the second half.
Talk to me about the 2 sacks for you.
Just a relief. We play nose, so I don't go in the game thinking about sacks. So just to get that is just a big relief and just a pretty good game for me.
But you won't complain either. You're smiling as soon as I brought up the sacks.
Oh yeah, I think that was my first time having 2 in the league, so it's a good day for me.
All right, and lastly, I have to ask you about the Steelers offense and Ben Roethlisberger. When you guys give them the ball back, were you confident that Ben and company were going to get the job done here?
That's why we kept playing hard. We knew we got a wonderful offense with a lot of weapons and a Hall of Fame quarterback. So we knew we still had a chance when things weren't looking our way in the second half.
All right, congratulations. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Bortles, 3rd and 18 at the Pittsburgh 48. He's back. He's under duress, and he's down at the 45 of Jacksonville by Cam Hayward. Cam Hayward, the son of Craig Hayward in his 8th year out of Ohio State, comes up with a big sack, and he's got 3.5 on the season.
Man, he just goes right through the inside shoulder of Chris Reed, who is the backup for A.J. Cann.
Steelers show blitz, and he's back. Play action fake. He has time. He waits. He's hit. He's sacked back near midfield. Vince Williams on the scene gets the sack, and for him, that's his 2.5 sack of the season.
Do you see how quick he had his head turned around on that play action pass? He did, and when he came back around.
Explain now.
Yeah, so one of the things that when you notice with Blake Bortles on his play action pass is that he's not comfortable with his back to the defense. So he's trying to get his head around real quick. So he carries out the fake, but he snapped that head around. But when he snaps that head around, it's almost like he doesn't see clearly the coverage or the route combinations, and that's why he got sacked there. The pocket collapsed, and he had nowhere to go with the ball.
9-yard loss. Seconds in the shotgun from his 25. He's back. He steps up in the pocket. He's hit the balls out, and that'll be the football game. T.J. Watt knocked the ball out. The zeros are on the clock, and the Pittsburgh Steelers have pulled off an incredible comeback here in Jacksonville.
Billy, could you have a better finish? A touchdown than a sack to end the game.
Man, really, really awesome fight. And the bottom line is our business is winning. And we took care of business. Style points were quite ugly, or few, but we got the job done. You know, you just grow when you're faced with adversity like this in a hostile environment and you're not playing great and you find ways to get it done. And so from that standpoint, you know, I'm really excited. Obviously, we got some lessons to learn that potentially can be duplicated, man. You got to tip your cap to that group, particularly their defense, man. They control the day for the better part of the day. You know, we got a big play, and that kind of got us back into it. I also tipped the cap to our defense. They were put in some tough situations. They were out there a lot of snaps, and they didn't blink. And they held the fort until our offense got going, and then obviously with 7, you got a chance. So, man, really proud of the group. Man, hopefully we can learn some lessons as we proceed, but it's good to learn those lessons with a victory. Probably got bumps and bruises. I think the only thing I've got right now is Anthony Chickalow with an ankle there late on a special teams play. I don't know the status of the evaluation, but just thankful to get out of here with a win, man. Got a lot of respect for this organization, the football team. They're a rough and tumble group. Questions?
Mike, you made some adjustments on your defense in the second half. Do you feel that was effective helping us?
We didn't make one adjustment. Seriously.
Well, you went to danger on the field against their one receiver.
Yeah, but it wasn't an adjustment. We simply played him at corner when they had only one wide out in the game. We were making the same calls.
Coach, how impressive was for your defense? I think the last 5 possessions there was 3 and out for Jacksonville.
You know, like I said, you know, when you're on the field that much, man, it tends to, you know, erode away at you. The pile starts to fall forward. People start to miss tackles. And I just thought increasingly so as the game went on, it was less of that. And that just speaks to the character of the group. You know, it was less piles falling forward as it went forward. There were less missed tackles as it went on. And so it just let you know the group came to play today regardless of circumstance. And so I'm thankful for that.
Anyone else?
How big was it to see your guys answer some of their big plays or some of your mistakes with big plays? I mean, you had a couple of drop passes were followed by big catches and things like that.
That's football, man. That's team. Like I said, we weren't perfect today, but we did the job, and doing the job is rising up and supporting your brother. There was a lot of that today because there was a lot of failure today. But that failure's got something to do with the execution of the Jacksonville Jaguars and their plan and their coaching and their play, and I'd be remiss if I didn't say that.
Mike, you touched on it, but can you expand on what your defense was able to do in terms of minimizing the damage there and keeping that score at the point it was?
Again, like I said, when you're absorbing the type of snaps that they were absorbing, usually you erode as the game wears on. They didn't. And so that, hopefully that's a sign of the makeup of the group. We'll see.
Where did you see your offense, the turning point? I mean, you guys were down 60-0, obviously.
I don't know if there ever was a turning point. You know, they got a really good defense. We hit some plays, you know. But I don't know that we ever moved it fluidly, and that's just the reality of it.
Anything else?
You guys were 1 for 9 on third downs until the Connor catch late in the game. I mean, how much did you see? I guess, did you have that feeling that when you're in a game, even if it's down by double digits, that with this offense that you have, that you can come back?
I found my comfort in the fact that we were stopping them. It was nothing happening on the other side of the ball that led me to be optimistic. You know, like I said, they were getting after us.